Paul's Outdoor Academy. Um, I've had an incredible evening of fishing, and so I thought I would just do like a live release and let you see some of these fish that I caught. First, I'm going to tell you how I caught them just really quick. I put the boat in today and I went under a bridge, and when I went under this bridge, I noticed how much current was passing by the pillars of the bridge, the big supports. And it's more current than I think I have ever seen. And so I decided I'm just going to go to the first channel swing bank that I know of that looks to me like fish should be hanging out there just to eat other fish. I thought, hey, I'm just going to go there. That's all I'm going to do. I'm just going to start throwing some lures around and just see if I can make anything happen. And I definitely made something happen. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a live release of some of the fish I caught. So I thought that might be fun. Here's two of them. So much fun. We let him go. There's one. That's probably the biggest one. I didn't weigh it, but it's a chunk. I'm gonna put him back. Took me a minute, sorry about that. Here's the other two. Still very lively, as you can see. So, I don't know if anybody's on here. Well, it looks like 27 people are on here, so that's pretty cool. Yeah, that's one of the smaller ones. That's the second biggest one. I didn't weigh any of them. So let me turn these loose real quick. I think that's the only four that I kept. But it's very important to know how I caught them, in case you're interested. I just, like I said, I put in the clinch, and I started upstream, and I noticed there was a lot of current flowing past the bridge pylons, and more than I've ever seen, in fact. And so I said, okay, there's an absolute ton of current. I'm going to go to the first channel swing bank that I'm familiar with, which is not very far from the bridge at all. And you can see it behind me. I hate to move this around. I'm afraid it's going to be really loud. So you can see behind me this turns like this, and the current is just pushing directly into that as hard as it can go. And that's just the perfect setup. And what I did is I rolled up here, I caught a couple of fish real quick that were feeding topwater, and then I started noticing a lot on my live scope. So I used the live scope to figure out where they were, and then I just had to figure out what it was going to take to catch them, and had an absolute blast. Those were the four I kept. I had a couple of other ones that were smaller that I just let go. So anyway, a fantastic evening, had an absolute blast. All the fish survived, which is terrific. And this water is 67 degrees. It is unreal. This water's 67 degrees. Hi, Fluke Daddy. Hi, Brian Gonzalez. and I'm not exactly sure which one was the biggest fish. Probably that last one that I showed, which I would say was about 3 or 3.5. He was very thick, real solid. But probably between the 4 best fish, I had close to 10 pounds. I'd say 3, 6, real close to 10 pounds. Out of the best 5 that I had was right at 10 pounds. So awesome evening. If y'all are not out on the water right now with this cold weather, you need to get out here because it's a blast. But I really appreciate you all. Oh yeah, what did you get them on? Good question, Fluke Daddy. As your name implies, I caught at least 2 of them on a fluke. But the reality is they were hitting anything. They would have hit just about anything top water. I caught them on, hello Jonah, hello Jonah. I caught them on a fluke, a couple of them. I caught probably my biggest one on a fluke. I caught a couple of other really good ones on a, let's see, caught a couple on the old Ned rig. That really worked well. I caught a couple of them on a jerkbait, a real small jerkbait. And I caught, let's see, I don't have one rigged up right now, but of course I caught several on the fluke as well. And other than that, I used a shaky head worm and a Texas rigged Zoom old monster worm to catch all those. So I really appreciate, hey, I'm glad I remind you of your grandpa, Jonah. That's actually a compliment like you wouldn't believe. And you can see the current in here. Look how fast I'm moving. I don't know if y'all can see that or not. Probably not. The current is so fast. Wow. I don't know why. I just thought it'd be funny. Anyway, man, I'm booking it back downstream. So I got to get my lights on and I got to get out of here. Hey, I really appreciate y'all joining me online. Do you have any questions real quick before I go? I'll try to answer them the best I can. Joni, you're probably wondering how old I am if I remind you of your grandpa. Glad you got it together and busted some. Boy, I did. And I busted them in a very short amount of time. It's really interesting just how fast things can change when you don't see fish and then you find them. You can put them in the boat so fast. And they're feeding top water and bottom water. So, hey, just a shout out to the Zoom fluke, because I know a lot of people, you are wanting to see what I was catching some of the better fish on. But anyway, the current's going to blow me into the bridge down here if I don't get off here. Hey, thank you all so much for watching my video. Again, best 5 fish, probably right at 10 pounds, 9 pounds. Had a blast. The water is 67 degrees on the clinch, just outside of the Watts Bar where it meets Emory. So anybody in this area that wants to fish, if you're looking for some cool water, here it is. All right, thank you all so much. Let's see, no other questions, I'm gonna go. Yeah, cool. All right, thanks for watching. Bye-bye.